Good morning, people. It is a lovely day this morning. A balmy 4 degrees outside here in upstate New York. So we are continuing to work on level 2 of the Dungeon of Castle Blackmoor. One of the very first, actually the very first mega dungeon for Dungeons & Dragons. Created back in the 70s and published in 1980 by the Judges Guild as the first fantasy campaign, and then republished in 2006 by Zeitgeist Games. And now here we are again, re-going through the maps and fixing stuff that was kind of goofed on the first 2 series of them. So let's get started. Feel free to ask questions. I will try to read chat while I am doing stuff, so that way we can keep the shit rolling. How do you guys think? Do you think the music is a good volume? Do you want a little bit more volume? What do you want? And by the way, we are currently working on room number 6. We got the first ones done. We got the first 5 rooms done. Let's go ahead and go take a look at those real quick. This is room 1 up here. It's got a broken through door with a bunch of shit on the ground. Room 2 is this cell room with some stuff down here. I will be going back through and I will be adding doors and extra walls and stuff like that later. Room 3 is technically this torture room right here. Room 4 is technically this stairwell right here. Room 5 is a stairwell with a busted up skeleton in it. In real-world terms, this is freaking huge. I can't even tell you how many square feet it was. It was amazingly... Matter of fact, it's square mileage. There are some maps in the original First Fantasy campaign that go by the mile versus going by the square foot. Most of the original maps were drawn with each square being 30 or 50 feet per square. So that should give you a kind of a reference. Yep, on this one, each square is 5 feet. So we're working on room number 6 today. Room number 6 has a stairwell that goes up, and then it has a little bit of other descriptions and stuff to it. Yes, basically this is actually this. If you remember the Undermountain from Forgotten Realms, this is actually bigger than that is. Well, actually, it's really funny, Mark, that you mention Tolkien from back then. Dave Arneson and J.R.R. Tolkien were actually friends. So there's going to be a very heavy Middle Earth flavor to the original D&D anyway. To be honest, I have no idea, Ron, on how big this map would be as far as like a city. I know that some of the maps on here are over 2 miles in physical size, so you can go ahead and figure that one out for yourself. And if there's 20 levels to it, and there are some levels that have 2 miles worth of tunnels and passages, then yeah, it's big. Think of it like the Los Angeles subway system about 5 times over. That's about the real-world modern equivalent. I can't remember if he was a student of his or if they were just friends. I cannot remember. I know that they corresponded, and I just don't remember too much other than that. Okay, so there's our walls going up, our stairwell going up. As you can see, it's a little bit different than some of the other stairs that we use. I am going to outline it a little bit though, because I'm not really quite happy with the way this works. I would like to have like a nice crisp outline. Welcome, BB Boy. There we go, that makes it look a little bit better. And that gives us some stairs to go up. Now let me check my document. Let's see if there's any stuff that needs to go in this room. They call this room here, they call this the reception room. Other than a creature that hides by the stairs, there's really nothing going on with this room, so I guess we can move on to the zombie band practice room. For those of you who know anything about Blackmoor, Dave Arneson was all sorts of goofy when it came to things. I am adding a little bit of stuff, a little bit of my own flair to the maps. I'm trying to stay as true as possible, but I am taking some artistic license for certain parts. So we will be taking some artistic license today. Okay, so room 7. is way over here. This one has a lot of banners and stuff that hang from the ceiling, and then there is a whole crap ton of zombies in this room that are actually playing music. So I think the only thing that we really need to worry about here is putting some banners on the walls. I will eventually run the Blackmoor game as a standalone game in the future, but this will take months to go through. As I said, there are 20 levels to the dungeons itself. There are 3 levels to the castle above it, three main levels to the castle above it, and then there's a city that goes around it. So this will be a huge undertaking. It's going to take a few months to not only get through all the maps, but to also get through all the encounters and everything else. Yep, this is very much a ballroom blitz kind of thing. So let's see here. Let's see if I can find myself some banners. Alright, some of these look like more like the curtains that they're supposed to be. Some of these look like banners that you can hang, so I think I'm going to use some of them. That one's too curtainy, this one's too curtainy. Much too curtainy. There we go, we got like 3 of them that aren't that bad. Welcome Thought Hunter and welcome Zavira. Welcome both of you. I think that looks way too big. That is way, way too big, I think. I think I want to cut that one down. There we go, that's about the right size we need. And don't worry, I'll go back through and I'll highlight these up a little bit so that way the shadows from the walls don't really do too much to the the banners themselves. It'll kind of give them a little bit more color, a little bit more pop. Awesome. I'm glad people think you can use your scroll wheels to look at my map closer. Welcome back, Flanelin. So if anybody is new to my channel, these are 5-foot squares. Each one of these squares that's right here on the board itself. So, and I do them at roughly 50 pixels per square at a 300 DPI. Keeps things pretty accurate when we go and get into like our virtual tabletops, or if I want to print it out, it makes everything pretty accurate. Well, welcome aboard in P99. Hey, Craven, how you been? Awesome, I'm glad you're back for it then. Okay, so while I'm at it, why don't I go ahead and I'll highlight some of these a little bit. We'll pull it back to 100% so that way we can take a look at them as they come in. They're not supposed to be, and this kind of triggers my OCD a little bit, but it's definitely, they're not supposed to be balanced properly on the wall. They're not supposed to be lined up so they're all square and centered. They're supposed to be a little offset as part of the room design. I will admit, it does trigger me a little bit. My OCD when it comes to map making and making everything, you know, equal kind of sets me off, but whatever. So what we'll do is we'll give those banners some inner glow. And we do it for the entire folder for this room, so that way the whole folder has some, you know, some glow, so that way it pulls the banners away from the wall a little bit, because they kind of get lost inside the shadows of the wall. Now you see at 35% with a 7 pixel, it really makes them pop out quite a bit, and I like that. Yep, this is all Photoshop. That's all I use, is I just use Photoshop for this. I mean, I do have assets that I use from other freebie assets you can find online. You can always look for assets online. And I use them because they fit. So, alright, so on top of doing this, I'm going to give it a drop shadow as well, because I want my banners to actually have their own shadows. And we're going to give them... gave them a little bit of a drop shadow, so that way it kind of made them look like they're popping out off the walls a little bit more. We gave them a little bit of color. As you can see now, they actually have a little bit of a glow to them, so they're coming off the walls a little bit. So people will be like, hey, I can see this is this and that's that. But we'll go back in and we'll pick, let's go for the blue one. I like the blue one. I do put most of my assets on their own layers, and then I will be playing around with it in a little while. Sleeven, I do make dungeons that you can purchase, and this one I have to go through a little bit more hoops to jump, but I do believe this will be coming up for sale on the DM's Guild in the future. As you can see, when we're pulled out away from the wall, that same blue one that's over there, this is the same exact one as this one. Same exact everything on it. They have kind of slightly different color because of the way the inner glow works versus the wall shadows. There we go. That kind of does it in a little bit. And let's do... Let's do two more. We'll do a purple one and a black one. Yeah, it's like getting HD of an old movie. I can definitely agree with that. Alrighty, so this room is pretty much done. This one just had banners in it, and that was it. As far as dressing goes. I mean, it has zombies and other stuff like that in it that... when we go through the actual design process of doing the adventure module portion of it, that's what we'll do. Yes, Craven, I will be uploading these someday in the future. When we get them all done, I will upload them to the DM's Guild for purchase. If I can get the permission to do so. Right now, DM's Guild only allows generic and Forgotten Realms on the DM's Guild. They do not allow any of their other owned properties, like, for example, Blackmoor is owned by Wizards of the Coast again. The license ran out for Code Monkey Publishing and for Zeitgeist Games, so they no longer own the rights to it. So I have to speak to Wizards of the Coast and find out if it's okay to put this up on the DM's Guild. I don't see that they'll have an issue with it, though. Alright, so we are on to number 8. Number 8 is skeleton of what appears to be a troll lies at the top of downward leading stair. I think I already did that one, though. In 8. Ah, it's over there. It's right here in this room, but we also have to add some stairs over here as well. Some spiral stairs that go down right there. And I have to add another set of stairs over here that go down. So, let's get into that one. Oh, I'm sorry, the stairs here go up. They spiral going up. They come from the bottom and they go up going clockwise. Which I really enjoy. Let's open up that next asset then. This is the asset that I typically use for upstairs. This asset, unfortunately, I always forget to trim it. Now we can get it to be the right size. And it's just little bumps at a time, just to bump it on over into the right spot. And as I said, I'll come back through and I'll do a lot of this stuff. Well, if they allow me to post it on DM's Guild, I will get a cut from it. Matter of fact, I get about 70%, I do believe, 65 or 70% of the proceeds from it. And if Wizards of the Coast doesn't let me, then I have a secondary idea. Okay, as you see, we just trimmed off that, and I don't think I like that. See, it cut off that bottom piece of the stair right there. I don't like that, so... Now we'll play with it a little bit. I'm not really enjoying that too much. There we go, that gives it a little bit better look. Kind of round it off a little bit. And when we put our wall back in here and put the circular portion of the wall in, we'll be able to see it a little bit better. Hey, Wookiee Vibes, welcome. Yeah, I will be adding a wall. Matter of fact, I can go ahead and I can add it right now. I know, it's triggering the hell out of you. There we go. I go like that. Excellent, Wookiee. I'm glad you're enjoying it. There we go. I know it kind of has a weird look to it, but that's actually really kind of nice. I like that. You know what? I might flatten it on the one side, though. There we go. Kind of give it a half moon shape right there. I like that. Then we'll just go ahead and cut that right in like that. There we go. Gives me a little bit of shadow and everything through there. Boom. That's what it looks like now. And then what we'll do is we can play with this a little bit later. Really make that blend in a lot better. Matter of fact, I might do it now. I'll forget later. As my players know, I get to be a little anal retentive over some of these things. Awesome, Wookie. Congratulations. I use Fantasy Grounds for mine. There we go. That makes that step look a little better. There we go. That gave it a little bit better shadow to it. So that's what the stairs going up are going to look like. I might come back through these a little bit later on, and I might put like arrows to point which way is up on some of these. I'm not sure yet. I do have stuff drawn out, so that way we can utilize different arrow styles. So I'll think about that. But in the meantime, we have another stair right here that goes down in the middle of the room that kind of has a railing and stuff that goes around it. Thank you, Eraser, for posting that. Yeah, Ron, I already, or Eraser already posted it. It has the link right in there for it. Has an amazing functionality. I really, really enjoy it. Alright, this one is almost in the dead middle of the room down here. Let me see here. It's give or take about 10 foot up, so it's about right there. Good lord, my computer doesn't want to work today. Too many things open. There we go. Now, one of the other things that oh, good morning, Alderon. How you doing this morning? One of the things that Dave is known for is making his dungeons in such a way that there was always something very weird going on with like the stairs. They would just randomly appear out of nowhere. Very normal for an Arnsian dungeon to have that. And since this one goes down, see how that looks. That doesn't look horrible bad. You haven't really missed anything yet, Alderon. We did 2 rooms already. One of them had a set of stairs in it. One of them was the skeleton drum room, which has the skeletal or the zombie band in it. So we put some banners on the walls. That's all we did, and I've been basically going through them since then. Like we're doing the stairs in the middle of this room, and there's gonna be a skeleton that lays in this stair. So. Though, I think I want... it doesn't look like it worked very well on that. Okay, so I slide this on down here. Why is that not cutting out properly? What is going on? Yes, we are still on level 2. Huh, interesting. It doesn't want to cut that spot out. Ah, so it's on this layer. I see now. There we go. That gives it a little bit better look. Yes, yes, my super scary beholder up there in the top corner. You can call him Fred. That's just fine. He doesn't mind Fred. Okay, so that is our stairs going down. I think we need a railing on that. Just because it doesn't look good without it, to be honest. Did I miss a question up there somewhere? How do I shrink them to make them compact? You can go up to your images and go to your image size here, and if this is linked right there, what that's going to do is it's going to keep the aspect ratio, and it'll just pop everything down in the same aspect ratio. Aspect ratio means the same height, same width, the same percentages, so... Yes, OSHA approved dungeon design. Gotta always have OSHA approved. Cool, thank Wookie Vibes. Alright, now I'm going to go through and I'm going to go pop these things in. OSHA actually is a pretty wide-ranging organization. I don't think I like that. Still think it's too big. There we go, that looks better. There we go, that makes it look a little bit better. Yeah, definitely, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to see more information about Blackmoor, or you're interested in what the campaign is, or the history of gaming, or any of the rest of that stuff, go over to the Come Back In. The Come Back In is about the best source on the internet for Blackmoor. Alrighty, I think this one's almost done. As far as this room right here goes, because that's all this room is basically that. Let's just double check our descriptions. Welcome departure to our stream today. Alright, so we are in room number 8 at the moment. just need to have a skeleton. Of course, every time I talk, the damn phone rings. Yes, Alderon, I did indeed get a chance to look at the post. I didn't really get to look too terrible much over the stuff that was there, but I did get to look at it. I will be doing a little bit more in-depth dive on it a little bit later, probably today. Alright, let's get us a skeleton. You gotta love it when, you know, the kids' school calls while I'm doing stuff. Let's find us a skelly. I like this skeleton. It's kind of busted up and stuff, and we can use him to kind of drape down the stairs a little bit. It's supposed to be a troll skeleton, but hey, who cares, right? So let's see, we want this to be, since it's a troll, he's a little bit bigger. We'll give it 100 pixels. See, he's a pretty good sized skeleton right there. It wasn't bad news from school, for once. And the nice thing is I can make it look like the ribs are caught on the the railing. I can have all sorts of weird stuff happen to this. Let's get right in here and take a look at it. Alderon, I find all these graphics and all these assets, they're usually free assets or licensed assets that I use. that I find from things like Dungini or from Campaign Cartographer, or there are certain artists that have produced them that are free to use in commercial products. Anything that's allowed to be used in a commercial product, I will use. That way, or if it's Creative Commons and open use, I can use it. Because if it's something that you need to have a specific license for, and you cannot reuse it in a commercial product, then I will not use it, because then I can't allow people, you people cannot make your own maps looking the same way. Well, I wouldn't call them cheap. They're inexpensive, not cheap. Alright, so we'll give him a little bit of an outer glow to kind of differentiate him from the ground. I don't know if I want to give him a stroke, though. Bleh. Nah, no stroke. Stroke don't work. Well, welcome, Mad Bad. So this isn't looking too bad, but I do think I want to move him around a little bit. Wonderful thing about Photoshop is I can move individual things in a picture. There we go. Kind of moved it around a little bit. Kind of juggled around the bones. Hey Zayor, welcome back, man. That is a part of the adventure, and that's a part of the encounter that would be happening in this room, is discovering information about the skeleton. And if I could learn how to spell today, I'd be able to be even better. Alright, let's see what's next on our list. Alright, we got room number 9 next. Which is this one right over here. What does room number 9 have in store for us? Room number 9 is a battle scene. This looks like it has been a scene of a recent battle between orcs and zombies. Broken spears and arrows litter the floor alongside familiar dark stains that appear to have come from badly wounded orc combatants. Rotting corpses of both sides lay on locations throughout the chamber, giving no indication as who may have declared themselves the winner of this conflict. So we just need bodies. That's what we need. We need some bodies on the floor. And then we got some stairs to add in over here in the sides in some places. So let's go. We'll add the bodies first. Let's see, do I have some dead orcs? I do indeed have some dead orcs. Yeah, I know, they're really well-dressed orcs. I know. I don't like them. Don't like those orcs. Let's really make them more orky looking. Yes, the only good orc is a dead orc. There we go. A little bit. This one's a little bit more goblin-y looking, but I like it. It's particularly the fact that this one has his head missing. All right. So. No, nothing with loincloths. There we go, we got one. Hey, look, he's got plaid boxers on. That's cool. King Funk and his orcs that live down here have they basically rule this entire underground area. There we go. So there's our orcs. Yep. Yep. They have tartans. Now I gotta get some zombies. I have no good zombie ones. But why don't we go ahead and we'll work on the spear next. Yes, yes they are. They're all on separate layers that can be switched on and off. There, so he's holding on to his spear. And that is why he died. His spear got broken. Yes. Yep, it should be very easy to change the look of the room. Like, for example, I can just go and make them all disappear. So, let's see. We gotta get some stains in here or something. Because, to be honest, I don't see zombie bodies staying behind very long. Let's see. Maybe I can get a broken bow. No, no arrows really either. Let's see what else I got in here. Maybe I got some broken weapons. I have tons of stuff, but I don't have any broken weapons and stuff like that. Pools of zombie goo with bones in them? That doesn't sound like a bad idea. I could do that. Let's do some zombie goo. Alright, we'll take this big green patch of stuff and we'll make this into zombie goo. For my Wraithborn players, this stuff should look familiar as the moss that was on the floor. Yep, the stuff you ran him back and forth across for that damn chest. That was doing all sorts of nastiness to you guys. There we go. We'll make it a little bit transparent, and we'll give it lighter opacity. .75. So that way it looks like it's just staining the floor with zombie goo. Of course, we got one of them laying in it. Now I was looking for a pile of bones. got 2 piles of bones. Welcome, Peter Friedel. We're just drawing some ancient maps for the very, very first mega dungeon that was ever made back in the 70s. There we go. So there's a pile of bones there, skulls, and all sorts of whatnot. I think they're a little too white, though. I think I need to kind of do something with them. There we go. For PSD files, you'd have to load them into Photoshop. But it could be saved in something else with the layers, yes. But that's actually looking pretty decent for this room. I like that. Yeah, I like that a lot. Welcome, what is it? Gaming Jalise. Welcome. Now we got a couple of stairs to add in. And I'm thinking that as soon as we're done with level 2, we're going to have to revisit looking at some of these stairways that are running around here to make sure they line up with the levels that they're supposed to be going to. Because if I remember correctly, there is a crap ton of these stairs on these maps that do not line up at all with anything of any of the levels that they're supposed to be going to. So, we gotta watch for those. Okay, so we have 2 stairwells over here. We have one that goes down, right here, a little 45-degree that goes down there. And then we have one that goes up, right here. So we will work on those. Yes, there are huge mistakes on the maps. Both the original map set and then the new map set that was done in 2006 for this, both had huge glaring errors in them. Yep, and I'll definitely be double checking that. There's so much research that goes into doing this map set that it's insane. And that's where this one is going to go. Hey, Retro. Awesome. The levels go down. Yeah, as is typical for almost every dungeon, the higher the number of the dungeon level, the lower it is underground. One of the things I noticed as I was prepping for today is the fact that these, some of these walls have some pretty funky fuzz that goes along them that I have to fix. As you can see, it kind of was overlapping and making some pretty dark lines and stuff, so I have to actually fix all that. That kind of pissed me off when I looked at that earlier today. So I know that I will be using a lot of editing in the future in order to make sure all these maps have a nice clean lines like this, instead of this fuzzy shit that's going on from turning the map so many damn times it made a fuzz line on it. I could make it a hell of a lot better if I used vector imaging, but doing that increases the file size on this thing by so much that it's ridiculous. Yep, he used point buy for his dungeons. Everything had a specific buyout for his dungeons. And I will put a railing in here in the future. I'm not going to do that right this second because I have to actually do something really funky in order to do it. So, but I will be putting one here in the future. Ah, hell, why not? I'll do it now. There we go. I'm just trying to find a clear open spot in my map so I can actually play around with some stuff. This is what sucks about having 45-degree angles all over the freaking place, is redoing all these things so they fit properly. Alright, so now we can go ahead and put these things over there. So why in the world did that happen? Who cleared my chat? Genghis, you bad boy. There we go. Now that put in that nice little railing to go around it. Gotcha, I see. Yeah, I know. I saw that one. I know what YouTuber you're talking about. I like that a lot. That's a really great way of prepping out your dungeons and a great way to look at the design. Even though they're looking at it from a video game design, it's still gorgeous. Alright, so that's the room 9 area. Is all complete right there. Now let's go into room 10. Ooh, we got a bunch of stairs that need to come in here. My map is too big, it's causing things to slow down. This next one is an orc guard post. Alright, so this one actually has some stuff to it, so that's actually kind of cool. So we can actually put some furniture in this one. Trying to find a nice looking chest. There we go. There's a nice looking chest. I like that chest. This is one of the assets I got from a different artist, an actual professional artist. His name is John Roberts. Great stuff. Welcome, Vera. And welcome, Solidus. Okay, so this one has a chest that's up here along with a bag that sits on top of it. So we'll pull the chest out away from the wall just a little bit. I'll go back through and I'll give it some shadow here in a second. Yes, and anybody who wants to, please be sure to join my Discord. If you guys have questions about mapping or any of the rest of that kind of stuff, jump over there. You can ask me anytime. I'm almost always on Discord. And if you're looking for games or for updates or for anything else, it's also a great place. And if you're looking for other gamers to play with, great place to find a bunch of gamers. Both Roll20 and Fantasy Grounds. And we even have a few D20 Pro players over there as well. So, other things we have in this room is we've got some tables. We have a sack. Let's see, let's use this table. This looks cool. We've got this table, which I'll actually make two of and put side by side. Yes, the sack does kind of look like a walnut. Wow. As you can see, my computer is stressing the hell out right now. Alright. Ooh, welcome, Pat Strick. There we go. I like linking the two of them together like that. Makes them look good. Wow, the computer's not liking this right now. System resources I'm using right now is like killing my system. Alright, so we've got a table over here against the wall. There we go. Kind of cleaned up some of that a little bit. Could probably give me a little bit more system memory so I can at least finish this room. I'm doing one level at a time, Alderaan. That way we can match the stairs properly and do all the rest of that kind of stuff. I think I want this bag to be a little bit smaller than the regular chest. I think I'm going to make this, oh, let's go 30. Okay, and that is about that for this room. I'm just gonna have to give it some little bit of shadow, it looks like. Kind of define the edges a little. Uh-oh, boys. Looks like the computer might be going down. Let's save it one more time, just so we can keep everything alive. Yeah, definitely. It's going to rip on me here any second. I was not involved with the making of any of the ZG books for the Dungeons of Castle Blackmoor. The only things I did were the early stuff, like the Player's Guide. I wrote Redwood Scar, and I did about half the book for the Wizard's Cabal. So I ended up leaving just as they were beginning to announce their MMO and beginning work on their MMO. But, alright, so gentlemen and ladies, if there may be some out there, this is what we've got so far for level 2. Right now, this is at about 35%, just shy of 35% of what it would look like. As you can see, we're kind of working our way down across from the upper left down to the lower right-hand corner of the map. Thank you, Alderaan. Yeah, I busted my ass making sure that that was as good as it possibly could be. There's a couple of spaces here on this map that we do need to do some stuff, but otherwise it's all pretty good. Gotta add some doors here and there. We gotta go back through and make sure that some of these doors are gonna be secret doors versus regular doors. For this map, it is roughly 2/3 done. I would say about 2/3 done. So we don't have a hell of a lot left on this one. And then after we get done doing that stuff, we will crop it up and make sure it's all locked up nice and tight. And then we'll export it as a PNG or a JPEG file so people can use it. And when we crop it, it'll take away all this black border stuff that's around the outside that we use for our layer masks. There's kind of a weird little like invisible line over here. I mean, you can't really see it when you get up close, but when you're zoomed out, you can really see it well. So, but other than that, I think for today, since my computer wants to cough and die on me, I think we are going to be done for today, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to thank everybody for coming along. I'd like to thank all my patrons who support me on Patreon for making this possible and for allowing me to buy certain assets like the John Roberts assets that I use in this map. And I would like to thank everybody from the Comeback Inn for coming around and talking to us about Blackmoor while we are drawing. This is a Tuesday weekly kind of thing, and we will not only be doing the maps, but we will be doing the encounters and how to make them into 5th edition encounters. So please definitely come on back. And tomorrow evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Time is going to be our Delvers Society. This time we have something special. It's called the Game Master of and it is a much different type of Delver than anybody has been used to so far. Delver Society games on Wednesday nights are a bunch of random players from my Discord are chosen, and they get to play in a timed dungeon race. So, by all means, everybody please come by and visit that, or if you'd like to have an opportunity to join, please join my Discord channel, and I will see all of you later. Have a great day.